Aye, shepherd's pie, greetings from the Philippines. From Shell's Bar, no less. What's it called? Shell's Resto?
Shell's Resto Bar, yeah.
Shell's
Or Rock Bar, I think. Well, it used to be Rock Bar, but it's a restaurant. It's she's got accommodation out the back, and she's got the best pool table on the island.
And I'm sat next to the best pool player on the island.
No, I'm just...
Oh, no, it's nice pool. Anyway, yeah, that's Shell commercial over, but we weren't giving any endorsements for that yet. But we're working on it. We're back. I don't know if would you call this a beach bums? A beach bums light, maybe?
Well, yeah, just yeah, 2 people. That's it. 2 old farts yapping shit.
Well, if you're an old fart, I don't know what it makes me because I've got 5 years on you. But anyway, yeah, our old mate Ray is off in Cebu doing a bit of travelling. He'll no doubt be back for the next episode. And we got a new, well, not a new friend, he's a friend of the channel, Robert. We might rope him into doing a couple of videos.
No, he's a character.
He is a character. He is. You don't get many Roberts to the pound. Right. So, without any further ado, we will crack on with this week's questions. Unless you've got something to say, Paul. You pursed your lips there like you were going to interject.
Let's go for it.
Right then. So, very professional this week. I've got the old screenshots instead of dodgy bits of paper. Right now.
Technology is not a strong point.
You'd struggle to find something that was my strong point. Here we go. Oh, this is a heavy one to start off with. This is from Topo Ed 5 VV, I believe, but it might be a W because my mince pies aren't what it used to be. I mean, that's eyes. If you're American, my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm in full cockney at this moment in time. Right. Topo Ed 5. Is that VV?
VV.
5 VV. Asks, I'm single. I'm thinking of moving there. Is it easy to find a loving, genuine Filipino as it is perceived there on YouTube? That's a heavy one. Why don't you jump in first? But I'm just going to move him a bit closer to block the old sun out in the background. I'm not trying to crowd him.
Well, you've got more experience than me than this.
No, I don't.
But I would say, yeah, it is, and you've just got to spend some time here. And I think the thing about Sikiho specifically is it's not like Demageti, so the girls are looking for a little something more genuine than just what you would normally get.
I'm going to stop you now.
Oh, here we go.
He's not asking about Sikiho, he's asking about the Philippines. And I think Sikiho is very different to the other islands. Oh, yeah. So that's, I'm not saying you're wrong, but so I wouldn't concentrate too much on Sikiho.
But I would say, yeah, you're going to be okay. Get out here, and depending on which island you're on, but yeah, you'll be fine. I haven't done much dating here, so it's not where I came out for, but I think you'll be okay. There's lots of outs, and they've got all the dating services here as well. They've got the Tinder, and they've got the OkCupid and Christian, so on. Christian.
You've got Filipino Cupid, and you've got Christian Cupid, I think it's called. I think they're the main two.
But you'll be surprised how often you do get approached out here. You might not get that back home, but here, if you sit in a coffee place or in a restaurant and you're by yourself, or even if you're out in the bar at night, there might be a nice young girl come up and talk to you. So it's available.
I think they're killing a pig over there, which is
not for dinner tonight.
Not the nicest thing to hear. I'm a bit of an animal lover.
I love bacon more. So.
Have you finished with your answer?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay. It depends entirely on what you mean by real love, genuine Filipino. Because the way I look at this, it fished up when they served you. If you're coming here and you're looking for what you call genuine love, this is a difficult island for it because there are so many tourists here. So you're kind of saturated, and there's lots of because I'm imagining you're of a certain age. You said you're 50. So it depends when you talk genuine what age group you're looking at, and it depends what island you go to. I'm going to move the camera a bit now because the old sun's setting. We're going to be holding hands in a minute if I have to keep moving there like this.
Well, there's no chance of getting a girl then.
But But what I'm trying to say is, look, at the end of the day, mate, if you go to Cebu or somewhere like that, you are going to have women come up to you and say, you know, have you got a wife? Have you got this? You know, blah, blah. You're going to meet a woman just like that. But is that genuine? I'd say it is, but they are genuinely looking for someone who can support them and give them a better life.
Yeah.
Right? You're coming here potentially looking for companionship. Nothing wrong with that. But just go into it with your eyes wide open. Don't think that this woman has come over because she finds you deeply attractive of your magnetic personality. You know, if she had resources, she'd be with a Filipino man her same age. If she didn't have a kid, she wouldn't be rushing into it. So I'm not knocking it, I'm just saying, what is your definition of a genuine relationship? You offer something to that woman that she can't get from a Filipino man. That's what she wants. But equally, you come here looking for a relationship, presumably that you can't get in the West. So it depends what your definition of genuine. Put it this way, I think love at first sight is a very rare thing in the Philippines. It might be from the man's point of view, but it's not from the female.
No. And I would. There's some differences, I would say, dating or going out to try to approach a Filipino girl. They see us Westerners as responsible. They see us as financially.
I've got red ears.
Yeah, but so they wouldn't be interested if you, like you call, not that you are, I'm not saying you are, but the bad boy image wouldn't go down here well where in the West. If you're like wearing a motorcycle jacket and you're a bit like, you know, some women like rebel against the father and they want the here. No, their family is very important to them. So within a couple of weeks, you'll be visiting the family. They'll be sussing you out. So you'll be okay. If you're a good man, you're fine.
Yeah. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking for, just understand you're both coming from it from this perspective. Because I think if you get a Filipino woman compared to a Thai woman, because of the Christianity and all that kind of thing, as long as you're decent, you know, they are going to stay with you. You know, but what I would say to you is, if you're 50, look for someone around the 30 plus mark. You see a lot of 75-year-old guys with 21-year-old women, and they have problems, don't they? I mean, we know a couple, and there's always arguments and things. And they'll turn around and say she's just a money grabber. And well, of course she is. What the hell do you think? She's not a money grabber. But, you know, you wonder, how could you not see that that was the attraction, the fact you got? They want a man who's going to support them and look after them.
And I think the love does come after that. I think it does follow. It's not because you're an older man that they won't love you. It'll just take longer. And I think if you were to come to a little island like this, I would say that you might have a weight on your hands because they're waiting to see if you are going to settle down. They're not going to go and approach you within a couple of weeks because they still want to know if you're just going to bugger off back home and leave them. So once they know you've been here a month or so and you're really thinking about staying and you like the place, they'll come up with you.
It's never happened to me in Sigil. But maybe I'm projecting all the things he says you shouldn't project. Anyway, yeah, so, I don't know. We won't labour the point because we've got other questions to do. But, mate, yeah, go in it with your eyes open. If you come here and you genuinely want to settle down, you want to find a woman, you'll find one. You're going to find it easier on other islands than Sigil. You're going to find it easier if you go to places where there aren't so many tourists. I've known a lot of older guys who've been surprised how hard it is in Dumaguete. Because you'd have to join a dating site and that. There are other parts, Cebu, places like that, provinces, they'll just come up to you. But again, you've got to ask yourself, why are they doing that? Well, they're doing that because the economy doesn't exist there and they've got no chance of getting a job. But to say what Paul was saying, 55% of the marriages in the world are arranged marriages. I've got 6 good friends in Leicester who had arranged marriages. They've got kids, they've stayed together, they love each other. You know, there's no reason why love can't come over that. I'm just saying, the problems seem to be over here when you meet people who have gone into it blind. They think that the woman has found him attractive because they're just so great and all the rest of it. And then they start misbehaving, like going out drinking too much and that, and when a woman asks things, and then they're like, well, she liked that, she didn't, you know what I mean? Anyway, I think we said enough.
I'll finish on one little point on that one. When you do get a girl here, things happen very fast. So if you've got a hotel room or you're in a resort, or if you're renting and you bring her back once, she'll not leave your house. That's it. So they don't believe in this casual dating that you would have in the West. So it's a more, you're going into something and you expect that she's going to be asking about when we're going to buy a house, and the next move. It's not slow in the West where you could be dating 2 years and nothing happens. So yeah.
Not so much in Sigil, definitely in other places. I know a few. Anyway, right. So the next question. We hope that was helpful to you. I'm terrible with my memory. Topo EDVV. Thanks for the question. Right, so who we got next then? Right, this is from Jetty2 Traveller. Is that Jetty2 Traveller?
Jekyll Traveller.
Oh, Jekyll Traveller, I tell you, my eyesight. Great episode, thanks mate. My question is, what do you do with your day? Do you worry about boredom?
No, but you've got to plan that, because you can end up being bored shitless, so you've got to fill your day. So for example, I'll just roll out my normal day, depending what time I get up. I like to have a slow get up. I like to have my coffee and all that, but yeah, then I've got my motorcycle. That helps a lot. So if you can get out and about, go for a quick drive, get some sun on you. I can't stress her enough, get some sun on you, because you can just sit in the house all day and you doesn't come out at night for drinks. So, and make friends, and then on a night you're good. But I found I do a lot of things online. So I'm either watching YouTube, I'm learning a language at the moment.
Are you? What are you learning?
Well, I'm trying to learn a bit of this, Versailles.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
And also I'm now I've got my little kitchen, so I like doing a little bit of food as well. And I'm learning chess. Things like that. I used to play a bit when I was a kid, but on the night time you get out and you meet friends, you socialise, but you've got to plan what you're going to do with your day, because you can just arse around. So yeah.
You never told me that. I love a game of chess. There could be a game in this world I might be able to beat him at. You okay, Bill?
Yeah. No, you go for it.
If I'm being totally honest, I am a very, very lazy man. Always have been. That's why I stopped working so long ago. So I don't get bored. The problem I've got with the island fever is, because I'm quite happy to do very little and look forward to going out, a few nights a week. But because I've got a bit bored with the nightlife here, I'm starting to get a bit bored living here, because I haven't got anything to look forward to, in the evening kind of thing so much. So that is making me a bit bored in the days. I was never bored in Thailand, but that's just because I'm a lazy man. You know what I mean? But there are other people, and they do a lot. There's a lot you can do during the day. But for me, I tend to watch a lot of YouTube. I go to the gym now, since I joined the gym.
I joined as well, I think.
So that takes a couple of hours of the day. I don't go every day, I go most days. And I started cooking. And I do washing and things like that. Because some people take their washing to the laundry, but I think kills a bit of time. So I do that. And the days go, to be honest with you. The days go by quite quickly. I think as you get older, time flies, doesn't it? But I don't have a problem with boredom. But if I did, I've got my bike, I could jump, I could go up to the mountains, I could do stuff. And of course I do my vlogging. That's a real problem to me. I did a video yesterday. I've not been able to upload it yet, because I had to keep stopping. Because this is such a noisy place with music and building. The new place I've moved to, I haven't been able to make a video for 2 weeks. It's a constant building site. And as soon as the building stops, you've got music banging out, which is irritating me, because that would have taken a couple of hours of my day. When I was in Dumaguete, I could make videos when I was, but where I'm living now, I can't make videos. But that was how I feel like I've replaced that with going to the gym. But it would be nice to be able to make videos and go to the gym. It's a shame we didn't save that question to a few more of us, because I know Ray does.
Yeah. Well, another thing that me and Ray are talking about, because it's he loved his fishing back in Australia, and he's going to come back from his visits and with all his expensive equipment. So we're going to go out fishing once or twice a week, and that's something else to add. But No, but you'll find that the longer you stay here, you will get invited to things that the locals are doing anyway. So there's always a birthday, a christening, a marriage, or something going on. So you will have, they'll fill your calendar for you. It's just how much you want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I talk to some travellers. I mean, I get talking to, like, you know, generally the older guys, not so much the backpackers, and it's amazing me how much they've done in the 2 weeks over here. I mean, there's a lot you can do here. But you'd have done it all in a couple of weeks. But anyway, when Robert's on here, Robert is a guy who he does a lot. He knows everyone on the island. He'll join us. He's always out doing
He does a
bits
lot for charity, but he doesn't like to talk about it. So yeah, he's right into helping the young kids here. So he's a nice guy.
Right. Well, hold on a second. So annoying, these phones. You've got to keep typing the pin in after every.
So like a 30 minutes stop on that, so you don't have to.
I don't know how to do that. You have to show me. Right, so thank you very much, Jackal Traveller. I can't believe I thought they were Roman numerals. Right,
like Rocky II and Rocky IV.
Yippee ii.
Yippee.
Right, where are we now? I do apologise. We'll be back.
I'll get him to write them up.
You keep talking. We can't have a dead set. I can't read them on a right mountain post. It's too long to. Right. Okay. Now this is a good one for us. What are the best bars, clubs, and coffee shops? So, you're asking us about City Hall now, I presume, because I could talk about Dumagetti, but really they're the only two places I know about, and you only really know about here, don't you? I mean, I suppose you've been to Dumagetti for a week or whatever. So let's talk about here.
Right. Coffee shops. They've got a little chain here called Janine's. That's really nice. So I had one today. I took all the coffee, got the cakes. It's just like going into a little independent coffee company back at home. They've got all the cakes. It's air conditioned. It's nice. They do the milkshakes. So that's nice here. That's quite looks quite Western actually. It looks what we're used to. Nightclubs. There's JJ's.
I'm vaping, by the way, but I don't want you to see all my smoke coming out my nose like a dragon. So if I keep sitting down, that's why I'm going out shots.
So there's JJ's here, which is open on a Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and that's, if you like that kind of thing, that's really, really nice. It goes right onto the beach, and that's really popular. I think all the young people come from all over the island for that. It's not my cup of tea. It's I got out to a nightclub in it 30 years ago. But bars, you've got.
Can I just say one thing? You're talking fast than I do now. I'm trying to talk slow in these videos. You've turned into me.
I know. Right, but bars, you've got a lot of choice. It depends what you want. We like Rum Bar. That's a nice one, and it's got a lovely view over the water here. Shells is good here, but I think you've got about 40-50 different bars you could drink in here over in San Juan. I would thought on this strip there's about 50 of them, and a lot of them do food as well. I'm not a fan of what's that one that in San Juan town.
Are you going to say Get Wrecked?
Get Wrecked. I'm not a fan of that.
You've never been there, have you?
I've been once or twice, and it's not my thing. But a lot of people like it. I think the Australians really like that one. But I like a more quiet place. So Shells is nice here. That's good, and they do nice food here. But there's absolutely loads. You could have a different bar every night for 3 months. But yeah, you only like go to 3 bars.
No. I'm gonna big up some bars I don't like when it comes around to my turn. I mean, because you've probably got different tastes to what I've got. But, so carry on.
Yeah, but I like a quiet bar. So. But he likes to party, so it's
not so much these days. But carry on.
Yeah, but well, what do you want? What do you want in a bar? I just want to have a quiet drink, maybe some nice gentle music going, and a bit of a chat.
No, I'm going to be a bit more objective, but I'm saying because the bars I'm going to recommend aren't necessarily ones that I like. I'm just saying I'm going to see the trouble with. First of all, come back to coffee shops. I haven't had a coffee since I've been on the island. So I don't know. The place you just described is news to me.
Yeah, it's just next to the Glamping Village.
When I'm in Dumagetti, I've had a few coffees and that, I like, because I like the big old lattes and the cappuccinos. But over here, I just make coffee in my room. You can get these nice little sachets for like 7-8 pesos. Tastes almost as good. So I'd have to bow to Paul on that one. If you're talking about clubs, I do like JJ's, but it's not a club. It's not a club. It's a beach party. There is no club that I'm aware of on this island. It's the live bands. It's a bit like Thailand in that sense. I mean, you get nightclubs in Bangkok, but when you go to the provinces, their nightclubs are live bands. So no nightclubs here. JJ's gets very busy it's on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Sunday night's quite quiet. Friday and Saturday's busy. I go there most weekends, so I like it. Paul doesn't. But you've only been there once, haven't you? Did you come? You came
that was enough.
So he's only been there once. So, horses for courses.
I didn't like chicken pox. I had it once. I wouldn't like it again. But you find here in San Juan, most places have their set nights. So
that's what I was about to say.
Wednesday night here is really good. They call it the techno party, and it's techno music, but it's great. And also the pool table gets a lot of business then. But it's nice, and you can have a bit dance if that's really what you want to do. All right, great. But aye. So and then other nights, I mean. What's our friend called? He does the tipsy bar and he does the
aisle. He does the tipsy bar.
Yeah, he does the tipsy bar. What night is that? That's a
Wednesday
night,
same as this night.
Wednesday night, and then usually like as we say, rum bar. That has a late night. Usually it's 1:30, 2 o'clock when they finish. But you can have a bit dance there, and they'll have a DJ. So there's plenty of things. But it's not going to be like in the West where you could go and it's all strobe lights and everything like that. So.
Right, so bars. This is the way I take it. The reason I was saying there's loads of good bars on the island is, now, I'm not talking about what I like. I like quite busy places. And when I say busy, I mean people to talk to. I'm not one, really, for sitting in the bar by myself, having a couple of beers, and just having a few beers and not talking to anyone. And there are about 80% of the bars on this island, that's what you'll get. Our good old mate Ray, he drinks in a place called the White Sands. They have music sometimes, but most of the time he's there are no customers. He's happy just to sit there, have a beer, have a laugh with the customers. Is that a good bar? It's a good bar to win. If you want that, there are lots of bars like that here. But that's when I was going like that, there's lots of good bars. There aren't really, there's very few. Now, the Get Wrecked is not my cup of tea, but I might start drinking there again for a few reasons. Because the first month I was here, I drank there a lot. But it's very popular with a lot of people. So it might be the place for you. It's not for us, but a lot of people like it there. And the people who like there tend to drink there all the time. I mean, they are, so try it, it might be for you. And there's a place just across from there called the G-Spot. Now, that gets very busy. I can never find it. That tends to be more locals. That might be for you. It's a place called the Baja Bar. You can sit at the bar there. Again, it gets busy. Tends to be backpackers though. But again, if you're here on holiday, it might be the place for you. It's a place called the Coral Cape. I went there on New Year's Eve. I went there on 40 Hill. And there were some expats there that I'd never met before, really good ones. They live down Palatine Beach. So there are lots of options on the island, but only really I'd say about 20 or 15%. A lot of places I think are going to go out of business, I would assume, because they never have any customers. The Rum Bar is the best bar in the sense that every night it seems to be busier than the other bars. This place, Shell's, lovely owner, lovely place, gets really busy on a Wednesday night. I had a great night here last night. We've got the killer Paul. I mean, this is Paul's regular haunt. I hadn't been here for a while. Had a great night last night. But sadly, it's only once a week. Okay. And the Tipsy Bar, which, if you remember, I interviewed Isle, has a really good night. But they have them both on the same night. Why one of them doesn't have them? Why? I mean, because Cheryl's been doing Wednesday for a long time. Why the Tipsy didn't do Tuesday or Thursday is beyond me. But I went out with a couple of friends last week to the Dancer. What's it called?
No, don't know.
The Dancer. It's where Barbie works.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, there's a place up here. A couple of friends of mine, Barbie and Richie, to come out for a drink, so I went down and meet them. And it's a really lovely bar. I've been there a few times. If I can remember what it is, I'll put it in the comments. But they had a live band there. It's a bit pricey, but really nice decor and that. And the couple of times I've been there, I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know she worked there until she said, "Come down, I'm not working tonight." And it was really nice. So there are quite a lot of places. I mean, I am quite insular. I've only been going to a few places since I got here, but I have the last month started to try other places because I'd like to branch out a bit. But a lot of the places are, because I don't drink half as much as I used to, because I don't want to, and also I got my motorbike. So if I go out, on the bike, I can only have a few beers and a couple of, bottles of water and go back. I thought it'd be nice to try some other bars, but I have been disappointed by how quiet they are. Because for me, just going into a bar, you're the only customer there, talking to the staff doesn't really do it for me. But there are options. There are options, and it's heaven for Paul. He says that. But where is he on a Wednesday? Where is he most days? He's in the busy places. I mean, he always says he wants to sit there with his paper, but I've never seen him drinking by himself reading his paper.
I don't care a minute. Yeah, how was that?
You've talked more. Oh, that hurts. My only friend on the island. What he's doing to me.
Oh, you, Mr. Popular.
So anyway, it's right. So the question was, what are the best bars, clubs, and coffee shops? I think we've answered it because I thought you might have asked about restaurants, but yeah. So there we go.
Lots of good restaurants.
There are a lot
as well.
of good restaurants here, but I would say Paul's going to disagree with me now. No great ones. That's the disappointing thing about this place. There are a few bad ones, but 90% of them are all of a decent level, but they're not great. They're not great, which is a shame because in Dumaguete, much as it's not my place, there are 3 or 4 really standout restaurants, really good ones. And just in case you go to Dumaguete, I know we're talking about Sikil, but just in case you asked, most people have to go to Dumaguete to get here. You've got a nightclub there called the Why Not? It's a bit seedy, it's a bit old, but for one night it's an experience. And you've got a place called the North Point, which has got lots of really nice restaurants. And if you want to mingle with Filipinos, there's a place down there called the Tiki Bar, which can be fun. But and there's quite a few bars on the promenade. There's the Honeycomb, they've got live music and that. But Dumaguete's not really famous for its nightlife. And all the entertainment on this island revolves around backpackers. It's not really expat bars, it's all about the tourists. Right. If you want to add anything to that while I'm looking, you can.
No, well, I like the restaurants here, but don't expect Western standards when it comes to. I mean, the food's tasty and it's nice, but I like it, the local food. But service is a different thing here.
While he's talking, I'm just going to pop the lights on because it's getting a bit dark now.
Yeah, but you've got your choice with restaurants if you like Filipino food, and you will, because it's rice with everything, but they've got some tasty sauces with things. Lots of chicken and pork. You will not get beef here. If you want a steak, there's about 2 restaurants on this side of the island that'll do you a steak, but it costs a lot of money and it's tough beef. But pork, chicken, fish is great here, so you'll be fine.
I don't know how you put the pool table lights on. They don't seem to work.
What?
You sure it's not the fan? Oh, jeez.
No, that's the.
I fell down a hole the other day and nearly broke my hip there, so I just banged it on the pool table. And I wasn't drunk, there's no street lights where I am, and I fell down a hole. There we go. Right. So, typing the old pin again. 30 minutes seems like too long for a pin, but a compromise on that would be great. Compare the Philippines. This comes from David Reason. We'll try and be reasonable, Mr. Reason.
Within reason.
Compare the Philippines, pros and cons with Thailand. He's never been to Thailand. I'll do a video on it, but I'll quickly premise it now so no one has to watch the other video. If you want culture, if you want great infrastructure, if you want fantastic food, if you want amazing women, and I'm not talking about bar girls, I'm just talking about really beautiful, friendly culture of people.
A game of snooker.
Great hospitals, game of snooker. If you want the highest standard of living you can have in an Asian country, I would say it's Thailand, by a long way. If you want really great people over here, if you want easy visa, options where you can extend for 36 months, if you want somewhere you can speak English, if you want a low cost of living, it's the Philippines. Thailand, the negatives, the visas aren't so easy now. They started bringing in laws on taxing your income. The language can be a problem to certain people. The cons of the Philippines, its infrastructure is terrible, power cuts, poor healthcare, internet, roads, I'm doing a video about this at the moment. There are certain things over here in the terms that you can't leave the country after 6 months because you've got to get police checks. That's a real bugger for me. I mean, I don't like the idea that I'm trapped here now. If a member of my family died, I'm saying I can't go until I get these police checks, which takes 3 weeks. The fact that you could be living here 10 years and have a family here, but if someone makes a complaint about you, you can lose your visa and have to go back, whether the complaint's valid or not. You're the one that has to fight it. These are all negatives for me, but there's some music coming in the background now, so they'll probably screw the video up. And it's so damn noisy over here. Hence why I can't make videos and things. Everywhere's a building site, everywhere's playing music. But anyway, we'll crack on that. That's a video in itself, that is, and Paul's not been to Thailand, so he can't really make the comparisons. Do you want to add in a couple more negatives or pros that I've missed out while I'm doing this? Or?
No, I don't know what they're like in Thailand, but you've got to take care here, especially with the roads.
Right, okay.
I saw an accident the other day, and Christ, it's amazing the lad survived it. But,
right, well,
they just fly past here on the bikes, so yeah.
I'm worried about this music, so if we could crack on.
It's not too bad at the moment, it'll be fine.
Well, you don't know what it picks up in this camera. Anyway, what the hell was that? Okay, go. Right, what are your backgrounds? Right, well, I'll shut up and let Paul go first. Well, my background's a pool table with a light.
I worked for the NHS in England for 25 years. I was a pharmacy technician, and I worked at a few hospitals, Sunderland and Newcastle in the north, where I'm from. And that was it. I never really done much else apart from that. I worked in the background. I made the chemotherapy and injections. I wasn't really dishing out tablets, but yeah, that was it. But it was my time to go.
And how long have you been here?
6 months now, just over 6 months, and it's the best decision I've made, so I'm happy with it. It's one of the few really big decisions I've made, but
says the man invested in Bitcoin, Jesus.
Well, that's proved itself. So.
Yeah, but it's a big decision, though.
It's a big decision, but yeah. It's okay, I'm happy with it.
And I'm in heavily invested, so fair play to him. He took the. But that's a big decision to me. I mean, you come here, you don't like and go back after 2 months. You can talk about being private a hell of a lot.
Well,
that's a big gamble.
I still could go to nothing, but with the way Western currencies are going, you're going to lose 10% of your value on everything anyway. So you need to find something else. If it's gold, diamond, why not diamonds?
But
diamond.
we don't give financial advice on this channel.
No,
we are not financial advisors.
But yeah, do what you want.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Me, I was in the RF police for 9 years, then I had a security business. I was hypnotherapist for a little while. I had a security business for about 14 years. Then when I was 40, I knocked it on the head. I moved to Thailand, and I moved between Thailand and Cambodia for, well, 7 years in Thailand, probably a year Cambodia, put it all together. So 8 years, that part of Asia. Got stuck in England for COVID, so I worked as a carer for a little while then. And then I've been here for 7 months. That's it in a nutshell, really. There's not much else to tell. If you are interested in me, this will sound quite narcissistic now.
You're not a narcissist, though.
No, I have that. No, the reason I'm saying this is I have done videos for other channels about my life story. I've done one for Mark Thornton, and I did one for another channel. I'll put the link in. You know, it's nothing. I won't get anything out of it. But if you want to know about me, that's all we spoke about for half an hour. But you haven't done any interviews like that. I know, yeah, and Paul has as well. Paul did an interview on this channel, so I'll put the link below. We talked a bit about his life and that, so you can, if you're really interested.
But really, life starts when you get out here. I mean, Christ, you get sick of hearing about people's life stories, like in the bars. It's once you get out here. Who wants to hear about someone being?
Well, this guy does, and a lot of people do, because that's what I do on my channel. So you might not, but
no.
I find it interesting.
Fair enough.
Contrary fella, this one. What else have you? Where else have you lived around the world? Well, we just explained it. Paul's lived in England and here. I've lived in. I lived in Las Vegas for 6 months. I lived in Cambodia for about a year, to put it together. I lived in Thailand for 7 years. I lived in Holland for 2 years when I had the security business, and I've been out here for 7 months. In Holland, I was in Tilburg. In Cambodia, I was in a place called Siem Reap, or Siem Reap, however you want to pronounce it. In Thailand, I was in Jom Tien for a little while, well, about 5 months, Pattaya 1 month, Phetchabun 5 years, and Buriram 2 years.
Were you in Sweden also?
Yeah, I lived in Sweden. I lived in Sweden as well. I'm married to
I
Sweden.
remember.
See, I forget the places I've been to. Yeah, I lived in Sweden. I lived in Järfälla, just outside Stockholm. Where else? Have I missed anywhere else there? I've moved around quite a bit, so much I forget where I've been. Yeah. So anyway, but you leave that in, like, you know, the other videos if you're interested. Right now, I completely forgot about Sweden.
I just remember you trying to speak Swedish to some German guys one night.
Very well.
That was fun.
Right. So. Right, here's one from a guy called Skyjacker, who I only found out the other day when he put a comment in my video. I suddenly twigged because it was something that a friend of mine, an expression that a friend of mine used to use all the time. So I contacted him on Facebook and said, "You're not Skyjacker, are you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I am." I thought, he's been commenting on my videos for ages, never said it was him, like. So anyway, so this goes out to Skyjacker or my mate Burnsy. I don't know if it's really a question, whether he's being serious or not, but I'll read it anyway because he was nice enough to leave the comment. If anyone's interested, one thing I'll say is I don't get hangovers. I have never got hangovers, which is a bit of a curse for me, because what tends to happen if I go out and get really drunk, I'll wake up the next day and I still feel drunk and I really want to go out again. I wish I did get hangovers. I very rarely do go out again, you know, because I sit and have a coffee, think this is ridiculous, this is daytime, and by the night time comes, I've lost my energy then, I just want to sleep. But I have never got hangovers for whatever reason in my life, never had them. Maybe once or twice in my life. Do you get hangovers?
I used to. I've learned how to manage them now, so I always make sure I have a load of water when I get back in and try and get something to eat. And then I'm not, usually like the next day I ache all over, but it's not normally my head, it's my whole shoulders. I think I don't know, I must just sleep strange when I've had a drink and my whole body aches, but usually my head's fine.
I've no idea why I don't get hangovers. It's not that I'm alcoholic or saying anything like that, because it's not true. I mean,
I think you do get better with age, though. I'm not talking to you. I'm saying with hangovers, you do get better with age. I remember when I was younger, I used to get massive hangovers, but now I'm much better.
I remember we went to Sweden one time. Well, we were in Sweden. We went to visit my ex-wife's family. Her parents never drunk because they were Lutherans, but we went to see her sister and her mother, and they had this summer party, and they drunk a lot. And we all stayed over there in their summer home. And the next day, they were all dead, like complaining about their heads and that. I woke up fine, and also I'm like, how can you be like this? And you know, I'm sitting there, well, I don't know, I'm just down. But I could tell they thought I was an alcoholic. I hadn't had a drink for like about 2 months, you know, prior to that, because I was doing a lot of gymming then. I mean, I was married and that, so it's not that I've got a tolerance to alcohol or whatever. I mean, I can get drunk quickly, you know what I mean? I don't get hangovers. So anyway, the reason we're saying this is Burns' question, but if the other bums are up for it, we might be, but according to Lonely Planet, Sikihor is a mysterious other world of witchcraft and the unknown. I've got to keep sliding the phone. It's not I can't read, but I have to keep sliding it across. The unknown. Famous for the mountain-dwelling Mangakulam healers. I didn't know they were called that. Brew traditional ointments for modern ailments. So would this intrepid trio consider... Lost it, for God's sake. So would this intrepid trio consider embarking on an expedition in search of the fabled and elusive hangover cure for the good of humanity? No. What do you reckon?
I don't know about hangover cures, but I've heard some things about it here since I got here, talking to actually some Westerners who said, for example, dengue fever. Is it dengue fever it's called?
Dengue.
Dengue. They've got a cure here, and it's a distillation of the male papaya plant, and apparently it's 100%. So
yeah, well, apparently they told me they got cures here for, like, you know, curses and that.
Oh yeah,
so I mean, I'll take that with a pinch of salt, mate.
That's it. I mean, but in the West you get all of that crystal bollocks. So I mean, it's
well, crystal meth.
But you know, we've got homeopathy and all that nonsense back in the UK. But yeah, they're entitled to it, and I suppose being a little island community, because this for many years was actually cut off from the rest of the Philippines. This is over the years they have developed some cures themselves. Even when it comes to breaking bones, I've heard, and big scars, they've got their own little treatments that they do. I don't know if I'd trust it there. But regards to hangover, just get yourself some paracetamol and.
All I'll say is I'm
nice
a statistics man, and the life expectancy in the Philippines is 20 years less than it is in the UK. So, so that's how good these natural remedies are.
I think that's the red horse, though.
It might be, but they don't live very long over here, so it can't be that great.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Burnsy, my old son, we might do it. If Ray's up for it and Paul's up for it one day, maybe we will go and see a... I don't think they will be, to be honest with you, but if they are, I am. If we could find a glue, we might go and make a video about that, see what we could get a cure for, but I don't know where they are, but we'll find... Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will accept the challenge. So, moving on. See, this is more a statement, but you said it. Boom Tong Baby. I wonder if he watches... Oh, we got to say one thing here now, which I forgot. I should have said this at the start. A shout out to the grumpy old men, Tim Newton and Steve Ross with an E. They were very kind the other week. They did their last episode of Grumpy Old Men. They did a shout out for us. Steve Rossi was his normal grumpy self. He didn't understand a word we said, and our lighting was wrong and all that. I would expect nothing less from you, Steve, if you ever watch this. You're a great bloke. You're right, we'll work on it, we'll get better. Love your channel. It's a great channel. I'm sure a lot of you, I mean, it's a big channel. You don't need us to tell us about it, but check them out. They're a great couple of blokes. They have a coffee, they talk about life. I've been watching it for a couple of years now. Tim Newton's a great bloke. Loved it on the Tiger. When he left, I've not watched the Tiger since. I moved to Tim Newton today. Great channel. Really appreciate the shout out, fellas. It was a very, very pleasant surprise. So thank you. Things for the grumpy old men to complain about. Dogs, roosters, trikes and scooters. Without mufflers. Out of stock, sir. I will be there at 2 o'clock. Never happens. Brownouts, corruption, poverty, and I'm tired of typing. Mate,
it's there. So
you know the Philippines. You know, that's. I don't know what else. I don't know what's just happened there with the camera. But something just has. Still looks like it's videoing now. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, everything that you've just mentioned is there. As I say, I'm in the process of doing a video which covers a lot of this, if I can ever get it done, because of the bloody music, the roosters, the building noise and all the rest of it.
Scooters without mufflers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the noise goes on all night. If it's not karaoke, it's roosters, it's cats shagging, it's dogs barking. You can adapt, though. You adapt after a while. I did.
I don't know how many countries there are in the world. I've got a rough idea, but I'm not going to make a fool of myself. I've been to 75 countries in total. This is by far the noisiest. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I don't know what their death rates are here, but you can literally... An old person in their 80s will have music blaring out so loud across the road from where I am. The windows are vibrating. You know, their place, their culture. Yeah. Bothers me a hell of a lot now because it screws up my YouTubing. But before then, not my country.
Yeah.
But it is mind-boggling how noisy they are, because they're not like that in any other Asian country. I mean, don't get me wrong. Thailand can be noisy, you know, with the scooters and the roosters and that kind of thing, but you couldn't play music that loud. I mean, in the village I lived in, there were 3 karaoke bars. They all had to shut music off at 11 o'clock. You could drink there later, but because there were houses in the area, here...
Yeah, in the UK we'd have, like, was it environmental health would come knocking on the door?
Well, it's not just environmental health. If your neighbour did that, you'd certainly bang on the door and say, shut the bloody music off.
Yeah.
But here, no one complains. It's just what it is.
I think because everybody wants to do it, so you kind of complain one night that's someone else's turn. So.
But the strange thing is, you say that, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily true in the extent that my girlfriend, she complains about the noise a lot. And she was saying to me one day, because they had this festival when I was living in Sibylla, which went on for like 4 days. And I thought it was a rave or something. And one night I thought I'd go down and see it because they're banging out this like, you know, rave music. And when I get there, it's a dance competition. So you've got all these kids dancing on the stage with this DJ and the music's blaring out so loud the whole street is singing. And you've got these old people in the audience and family and that, and they're just like, you know, I couldn't believe it. But when I told her, well, she heard that, she was saying how her mother and her grandmother hate it. They're always complaining about the noise, but they don't complain about the people. It seems some people get upset about it, but you can't, or it's not the done thing to go and complain on the house. So I don't know if everyone loves loud music or not, but it's a noisy country.
It's a noisy country, yeah. And I think they've grown up with it over the years as well. So.
But how can they not go deaf? Or maybe they do. Because it's too loud to be healthy, some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I've met many Westerns over here. A couple of, that last guy did Keith, the Scots guy, he's got a hearing aid. You know, you meet a lot of older guys over here, they can't hear things. I've not met a single Filipino with a hearing problem, you know, and it's so bloody noisy. So, I don't know, maybe they have tougher eardrums than we do in the West. God only knows. Well, thank you for the question, Buntong Baby. I'm not sure what Buntong means, but Steve Ross has a Buntong bar in his channel, so that's what reminded me about the old grumpy old men. So I don't know if that's like a homage to him or not. Buntong Baby, put a comment, explain where your handle came from, because I'm quite intrigued to know what that is. Mind you, you're a very wise man. Do you know what it is?
I haven't got a clue. No.
Okay, right. I didn't say it sarcastically. He is a very wise man.
But I'm always wrong.
Not always. Most of the time, but not always. So I think we'll round that off now, fellas. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have you got anything else to add, Paul?
No. I'm waiting for another video. Yeah.
Right, yeah. He's getting the old DTs now. He wants to go and get another beer. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel.
And keep the comments clean.
Oh, they do. My audience as well. Our audience now.
Very good.
Our audience. Yeah, thanks for watching. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. Be lucky.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Give me an oi, Savaloy.